Hello, Adrian the Alchemistic here, doing a collective reading for you guys. So let's see what kinds of energies we're picking up on. See if this reading resonates with you. Okay. So we have moving on. It's the first card. We have another 6, victory and success. One more, Spirit, one more. Okay, well, Spirit wanted to throw out all of these. Okay. So we definitely have a new beginning going on with moving forward. Okay, we're working through the shadow. So what that means is essentially that we are integrating parts of ourselves that we deny, suppress, disown, and it's being brought out into our consciousness for us to integrate the shadow, right? So that's what shadow work is about. Shadow work is about looking at the parts of us that are uncomfortable as they surface and being able to acknowledge that deep within us lies the shadow, lies the parts of us that we're uncomfortable with. And it's not about eradicating it, but rather almost like surrendering and accepting that it is a part of us. And through that process, we alchemize it, we transmute it, and we actually move through it. So moving on could actually be a part of the shadow work, is moving forward. Sometimes it looks like we're moving backwards when we're doing shadow work because we're revisiting a lot of lessons, experiences, people, places, things that trigger us in a usual response pattern. And the shadow is really here to make it known. But I do see us being successful in this venture, and that it does bring about a spiritual union. So now we're going to go into the Rider White deck. See, the Tower in reverse. It's a sudden change, but we understand that the Tower has to happen, right? We have to go through destruction in order for us to create something new. Right? Ace of Cups there, the Emperor in reverse, traditional archetypal energies of the Emperor or structured stuff. You see it's tumbling, right? We can see it in the world, we can see it within us. And with the Ace of Cups, we're learning how to start with our emotions first and how to take care of ourselves emotionally, and also bringing about new experiences emotionally, new feelings that bring us into an understanding of who we actually are, where we need to be heading, right? It's our GPS. Our emotions are our GPS, essentially. And being able to preserve under pressure and under situations that make us want to fold, right? Preserving our energy, preserving who we are, our mindsets. And then on the bottom, we have Queen of Wands in reverse. So that's some food for thought. So Queen of Wands in reverse, essentially, right? We know Wands is fire, is action. Queen is where it is in the process. You know what I'm saying? So it's in a process where we should be, hold on, see, look, magical power. We should be in our power. We should be honoring that part within us. Okay, that's all Spirit has. And then we'll just clarify with this deck. Okay, can you clarify, Spirit? Ace of Swords along with that, okay. What else, Spirit? Okay, the Hierophant, which is tradition. and gifts. So it's really about breaking up what you consider normal, what you consider to be, your usual, and Spirit is actually getting ready to bless you, along your path when you actually seek, your truth versus the world's truth, or what you feel is like, true in general. Reevaluating your belief system is really important in this reading. Making sure that you're not doing things out of tradition or out of the fact that, well, it's always been done this way, questioning certain beliefs, and then being able to do the shadow work in order to come to a new understanding of what your belief system actually is. And we're just going to go into the Thoth deck. Thoth. Okay, so again, a lot of fire energy. We have wands, we have strife in reverse. Okay, some people are striving or are trying to work towards something in a very it's not the correct word, but maybe, okay, empirical came out. So Spirit wants to say like something of a scientist, like empiricism, like observing something when it needs to be felt. So it's this feeling of like not feeling anything and then just being too much in the brain, intellectualizing too much and not knowing where your emotional GPS is trying to take you. Okay, the moon comes out. The moon rules the subconscious, the emotions. Okay, there's a need to find the truth within your emotional body. Okay, the moon also represents secrets and things like that because it's really what's hiding beneath the surface, right? Our emotions, right? If we use psychology and we use basic, analytical but intuitive alongside with it, we can better understand where our emotions are coming from and feel them and work through them. Whoop, those fell down. I'll pick them up right now. And we have the Magus, which is the magician. Okay. And then we got the magical power card in the other deck. So it is about working on your magic, which is literally all inside of you, right? You don't, people use tools. People can use tools, but essentially the magic is inside of you. So understanding your magic, understanding your power, standing in your power, standing in your truth, standing in your authority is what's going to get you results when you're manifesting, when you're trying to reach a goal. Okay, victory with that when you work in that direction. Okay, Ace of Swords in reverse. We have that somewhere, okay? Ace of Swords here, Ace of Swords in reverse in this deck. So it's basically saying where your will, where your intention goes, your energy follows, okay? So anything else, Spirit, that needs to be said, please say it now. Anything else that needs to be said, please say it now. So we got this card. And it's the High Priestess, which is all about intuition. It's all about sacred occult knowledge, okay? And how to apply that in your practice, in your life. So it all comes full circle. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.